Welcome back to my channel. It's Trish. Today I'm going to be building a paranormal investigator's apartment in San Myshuno. I'm on 920 Medina Studios. It's in the art district. It's one of my favorite apartments to build in. I build here a lot, so I do enjoy it. It does have the spooky trait to it, so that's one reason why I built this particular apartment here. It's not going to function as a haunted house, unfortunately, fully, just because it's not a house. So I can't change it to one because that's how the paranormal pack works, unfortunately. So I decided to do like a modern red and black feel in the kitchen, and I just did the kitchen first, and then I just took that red and black feel and drug it out throughout the entire house. It is like red and black just threw up all over this apartment, so I'm sorry. I did change the floor plan. Originally, this apartment is you walk into like a long, narrow hallway that has the bedrooms and the bathroom on it. And then you walk towards the back of the apartment, towards the living room and the kitchen area. And I don't like that layout very well. I just don't. So I decided to flip it basically. It made it so you walk into the living room, dining room, kitchen area, and then off this like little L hallway, if you can even call it a hallway, is a seance room, 2 bedrooms, and a bathroom. I had a lot of fun decorating this kitchen. I haven't used clutter shelves in a really long time, just because they're a bit of a pain on the PS4 to fill, because I have to move everything up and everything, but I had fun. I think the like end result looks really good. This kitchen has most amenities, stove, sink, fridge, like every kitchen should have. And then it has a microwave and a dishwasher. There's no coffee machine or anything, just because I was trying to keep it a little clean and keep it a little less cluttered in that way, I guess. I clutter the heck out of it with decorations here in a minute, though. I just wanted to make sure I had usable counter space more than anything, because I like to leave a couple spots of usable counter space now that Sims can group cook. By the way, great thing added. No easier way to make your Sims relationship with each other go up higher, by the way, than to just have them cook together whenever they get hungry. And that way they eat together usually too. It's great. So here I'm just cluttering up these shelves. I had to move all the cabinets and stuff away. If you build and you don't know this little trick, if you move the counters and stuff away so there's nothing for items to snap to, you can free place a lot easier. I know most builders know this, but hey, just in case you didn't know, here's a little tip and trick for you. I put the dishwasher back in the wrong spot when I rebuilt the counters, but before I uploaded it, I flipped it back and fixed it, because it's rather glitchy if you do catch it in passing. Also, I love these little cutting boards. I love stacking them together. They're so cute. And like I said, I'm just cluttering up the kitchen a lot. I wanted it to look nice because, like, from the living room and everything, you can look through and see this kitchen, and I wanted it to be a focal point. This apartment is set up for 2 roommates and a cat, but it could be easily changed into a couple and a child and a cat, or multiple cats. There's only 1 food bowl, but there's room for another one. And I think 2 cats can share 1 food bowl. You just might have to fill it up more often. I decided to change to the basketball flooring just because I liked how shiny it looked. And I wanted it to be like nice, shiny flooring. I used some fun rugs in this build a lot. I used the Myshuno rug, I think 2 or 3 times, but just with different swatches. And I decided that this table was a little dark after I was done, so I ended up turning it white after I plopped that thing down, that little thing from Eco Living with the bottle and the glasses down. Like I said, I just wanted it to look nice, be very photogenic. They have a little bit of a funky style. I was thinking about putting a shelf in here to kind of like break this off, because it's just so tall. But then I decided I just didn't like it, and it just didn't look the way I wanted it to. So I ended up leaving it open and just having this big open space where you can look into the kitchen there. And Sims can sit there and eat there. Like I said, like always, I play tested everything, so everything's good there. I'm doing just my random doors that I always do, minus the one to the seance room. That's from the industrial kit. I love that door. It's probably close to my favorite door now, minus the sliding ones from Moschino. I didn't use those. I don't think I've used those in a build yet, but I probably will soon. My next build was going to be a converted firehouse after this, but it's very red as well. I've already started on it, so I'm probably not going to show that build next. I'm probably going to do something a little different, because that's what I plan on doing next. But it's just too soon. I don't want two videos that look exactly the same coming out. I've been having fun building in the city, though. I really have. So I've been enjoying that. I used the lights from the industrial kit. That's the only kit I own is the industrial one. I end up using that wall decal from it, too. I love that kit. It's my favorite kit out of all of them. It's the only one I've been willing to buy yet. I'm not that big of a fan of the idea of kits, to be honest. Especially since in the US they're only $5, which isn't bad, but I know in other countries they can be a lot more expensive. So and I think that's a bit controversial and a bit But anyway, back off from Sims politics for a second. We're just making a small little bathroom. Like I've said in other videos, bathrooms aren't my favorite. I just try to get through them as quickly as physically possible. This one was giving me a lot of hassle with the camera angle. Sometimes I have trouble building on these like sky rises just because the game is really glitchy on PS4 sometimes. But it is what it is. And we get through it. I end up moving this door so I can put a litter box into this bathroom. I did the red one. I love this automatic litter box when it actually like cleans. It's so funny that the lasers come out the cat eyes. If you've never seen it, like watch it sometime. It's hysterical. I mean, you don't have to sit there and watch your Sims cat go to the bathroom, but it is quite funny if you do watch it. I ended up putting just a size down version of the City Living bookcase because that sucker is huge. And then a chair and just this like light on the wall just to add a little bit of like pizzazz. This is the Seance Room. It comes together pretty quickly, but I do look through like all of the paranormal stuff pack items while I'm at it just to see if I can make it look a little better. I don't end up using very many paranormal items in this build, even though it is for a ghost hunter, just because the items didn't lend themselves to the color scheme I chose. They're more a lot of bright, like my favorite swatches in that pack are like the really bright neon colorful ones. So I'd rather do a build with those later where I get to play with those bright neon colorful colors instead of like trying to horseshoe them in to fit here. Here I am just playing with the items again, trying to figure out what I want to do. I end up doing both Gildry paintings because I love Gildry, that handsome devil. And I put up the painting of She Who Must Not Be Named, if you know what I'm talking about here. If you've had this painting in a haunted house before, you know what I'm talking about. If not, put that painting in a haunted house sometime, see what happens. Be ready, is all I'm going to say. The hand is in this build, but it's not very useful because, like I said earlier, I can't change this to a haunted house. It's an apartment. So you can still use the seance table and everything like that. It is a spooky apartment, so ghosts can show up, just not the little cute cartoon ghosts that came with Paranormal. So I wanted to do an apartment, though. I do so many haunted house builds in my free time that I wanted to do an apartment for once. I use this light that came with Paranormal Stuff Pack. Oh, I love that light. I use that light in so many builds that are, like, magical. It works great for, like, vampires and Realm of Magic. I just love it. I tried to use the plant from Paranormal Stuff, but it just didn't. And I don't like that plant very much. It takes up too much space, in my opinion. I don't like plants that take up so much space. So I ended up using an eco-lifestyle one just because it had a red and black swatch, basically. And then I put the Paranormal wallpaper up. I love this wallpaper. I tried to put little spots for the cat throughout the entire apartment. So, like, there's a scratcher in the living room, there's a scratcher in the seance room, there's a bed in the living room. I ended up putting some toys in this room for him. This is the Paranormal Investigator bedroom. I made the sim that lives in here a female, but it's a gender neutral room. I think both of them are. They're just rooms. They're just bedrooms. This one, I think they both end up having a desk space. Because I know you kind of need the desk. You need a desk and a computer for both career paths. I mean, I guess the Paranormal Investigator could get by without a computer, but it's much easier to check for gigs and stuff on there. I did more clutter shelves just because I was having so much fun with them and I didn't know what to do with this giant, like, space because the walls are so tall in this apartment. I don't understand why the walls are so tall in this apartment. Here I am playing with some of the, I guess we'll call them clutter objects from Paranormal, but they're from Live Edit Objects and Show More Objects Cheat. I love them. I didn't put any of the ones down that could like cause harm and anxiety and all those things. I just used the regular ones that you get as like rewards and stuff for completing the paranormal missions. Spoiler alert, if you haven't like gotten into like the gameplay of the pack, you get rewards when you complete houses and stuff. The only one that could possibly cause like moodlets is the ghost in the jar, because I've never had one in a build before. I just pulled him out for this one. I decided to use the gloomy ghost just because the sim who has this room has the gloomy trait. So I thought that was just a cute little something. I could have put an angry ghost there, but I like the gloomy ghosts. I think they're cute. Originally I was going to put a spot for the cat there, but I just didn't want it to look too cluttered. So I leave it the way it is, and then I throw some toys down there eventually. I end up putting the cow plant and the Nessie poster up in that room too, just because I figured she's a ghost hunter. She'd believe in conspiracy theories. And then in this room, I decided he was going to be a writer, a ghost writer, if you will. I'll go home. Anyway, and I just did a single bed in here instead of a double, just so he'd have a little bit more room for his desk and his studies and everything. And because I ended up putting a cat tree in here too, just a small one, not one of the big ones. I wanted to put one of the big cat trees in this apartment, just to kind of show that like these people love their cat, but they're so big. God, they're so big. Now I'm just going to put some color up on the walls. I go with black. I just do black walls in the end. I don't know. I wasn't feeling very creative, I guess, with the color-wise on this one. And I use that beautiful wallpaper from Vampires and that swatch on the back. I love that swatch. It's so good. I end up putting some sconces on the wall, and I end up putting, I know I put something else up on the wall, too. Oh, it's a little bulletin board from University. And then a rug as well. And then after I do this, I think we're just going to do some overheads of the apartment and stuff. But that pretty much brings us to the end of the build. Again, my name's Trish. If you want to subscribe, you can hit that button down below. I make videos pretty much daily. They're all Sims 4 speed builds, though, so sorry if that's not your cup of tea. Give me a like if you liked the video. Comment down below, maybe with a suggestion for a build. I love suggestions. And now we're just going to go to a little bit of footage of Sims enjoying the space. I hope you have a great new year. And of course, as always, stay safe out there.